All right, good afternoon. Here we are recapping the trades for today. The big winner was ATXI. ATXI made a nice 180% move from bottom to top. Very beautiful. I know a lot of traders underestimated the power of this thing. I did, and definitely left some money on the table, but finished up solidly $260 in the green. So very solid green day. Hope to see more of this again tomorrow, so I can get more dialed in, and at least be anticipating a move like this instead of today. It was completely coming out of the blue after this 3-week, 4-week cold streak. A lot of traders definitely left a lot of money on the table, but here you can see pre-market right before the bell rings, breaking over the pre-market pivot, breaking the pre-market highs. That's always a good sign. High volume, so traders are getting in before the bell. So let's see what happens at the bell. But here I'm small green on the day on ATXI. The bell rings. I do a quick test scalp to kind of see how the fills are before I size up. So 100 shares. So fills are all right here at the first minute. So bumping it up to 250 share increments. And I'm looking for a dip buy. So let's see what the dip's going to show. So the dip never really breaks down very low. I don't do too well. See, I hit the wrong button there, so I missed that dip. I'm trying to get filled, not getting filled. The open I didn't do too well on. So I do a quick dip scalp there for 1 cent gain. Comes down again to VWAP, I do another dip scalp. Comes down again to VWAP, do another dip scalp. And then this, I'm thinking this might not even break out, or I'm just looking for a quick pop. And out of nowhere, this thing just like rips to high day. So it rips to high day, but it tops out at 592. But I'm getting in here at 877. I'm thinking this is going to hold and run up, continue past 592. So starter at 577, and it just gets sold into pretty hard. I take a quick 10-cent loss. 14 net, up only $14 on the day. Now I'm being a little bit more patient. It's getting sold into. And I'm thinking, well, shorts got this by the neck. That's it. I'm thinking this is it. This is all we're going to see for the whole day. This is what I thought. Holds VWAP, starts creeping up, reclaiming this wick. Whenever you see it reclaiming this wick, it's always a good sign. Because the price is now closing previously where the price wasn't holding, which is very, very bullish. So anything closing over 5.8 is bullish. So I'm pretty much waiting for the break of 5.8, and that would be my next starter, because 5.8, you can see how none of these candles closed above 5.8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks over 5.8 not holding. So if I see 5.8 holding, then that's going to be a long for some strength through the high day. We're right under $6. So that's another key area maybe you could add for the break of $6. But it's a cold market still. I'm still in cold market mindset here. So kind of creeping up a little bit. Like, okay, it could go, or we could see a little bit more of a prolonged move. I'm not sure. Starts to creep up. And boom, breaks 5.8. I don't get filled at 5.8, but I'm just start adding into the highs aggressively. 886, 890. Breaks 592 to high a day. I sell at 599, 598, and 597 to flat. I'm in cold market mindset here, and I take my profits relatively quick. But then I get back in for the break at 6, because I see it's topping out at 6 with a micro pullback. I get in, I get a nice fill at 86. I was not expecting a fill all the way down here at 86, but 86, adding, it's holding above pre-market highs, 592, taking it off into the break of 6. So that puts me 130 on the day within 5 minutes of the open. So good start, but then this thing just takes off. Man, I was not expecting this. I was thinking this would just be a little pop and drop. That's what we've been seeing. I actually threw out a sell order because I thought maybe I could short this, but thank God that didn't go through. This thing, I'm sure this thing caught shorts off guard so much. Scalped for a quick 10 cents or so on the way up. 100 shares, so now I'm up 130. Now it's looking for first pullback. I'm thinking maybe you could pull back to 6, but we don't quite go that low. So I don't get in. I missed this entry, that micro pullback for that continuation higher. That was a really good setup. Yeah, I missed that. Did a dip scalp there. But I'm waiting for the first pullback for now to the 9 EMA. So we'll go over to the next video. So here, yeah, this is where it really caught me off guard. Because I'm thinking topping wick, this is bearish. So we come down here, I get a nice bounce off the 9 EMA, selling for a quick 5-cent profits, 7-cent profit, and then it just turns around 527, 635, 640. Starts reclaiming the top of this wick. And it completely threw, I'm sure it threw a lot of traders off right here. Not expecting follow through here in a cold market. I'm sure shorts are like panicking out. This is probably why we got this move to 11. Tried getting filled there, didn't get filled. And then you can just tell just blocks of like shorts are just covering right here after it doesn't break down here. And it just rips into a hole. It's just beautiful. And you can even see in the tape, I can maybe pause it here. So 1,900, 2,800. So not that big yet. And then just out of nowhere, you get the flash. 2,000, 4,000. There we go, 17,000 you can see. Let me see if I can pause it. Boom, 17,500 at 671. So how many dollars is that? 17,500 times 6.71. So $117,000 order sitting at 671. This is what pushes this thing through $7. I didn't trade any of this leg here. I didn't trade any of that leg. That's what I mean about leaving a lot of money on the table. Completely threw me off guard here. I was not ready for that. Rips into a halt, opens higher, rips back into another halt. Crazy stuff. I don't know why I didn't buy the halt resumption, but that was a really good setup here. Halt resumption. Could have got at least 10 cents. If not, if you held longer, you can get 50 cents. Opens up at 9. I do a scalp here. The topping of that wick gets sold into. I buy on 825 or 828. Selling at 846. So nice 20 cents, 250 shares. A quick $50. Rips into another halt. And this is where I actually start to get a little bit too much FOMO here. We resume. And we resume immediate lower. It doesn't even give a second. Just resumes lower back down to a halt down. And I buy the dip at 861. And I realize it just messed up. I'm trying to get out. But stuck in the halt down. Luckily, we resume not much lower. And I was able to get out for a small loss. On here, this is where I started getting little bit aggressive on the first 5-minute pullback. So I'm getting filled down here at $8 for some $8 support. Now I'm thinking, so we got a bottoming tail. We might see a break back over for the 1-minute candle and make a new high. I could say we could still a little bit extend it on the 1-minute to the downside. It could get a one green candle to break 850 possibly. So here you can tell I'm a lot more aggressive. 350 shares, so 600 shares. So definitely a lot more aggressive. But don't really get the pop that I'm looking for. It kind of just sells into that area. We do get 850, but it doesn't hold. So then I try to buy the bottom here at 91. I'm buying this dip, and it just keeps selling off here. I'm in 500 shares, so I ended up taking a $100 loss or so down here, and then down here. So this was a nice dip. So this was the 5-minute dip here. That does end up reclaiming. Watch this. So here, I gave back $100 here, but then look, beautiful entry here at 56. Thinking we could just see a couple cents, maybe 10 or 15 cents. I only take a 3-cent profit here, and then it immediately flips, like not soon after, flips for 40 cents. 40 cents flips to 40 cents immediately. And let's see, I'm going to try to see exactly what happens on the tape here. Just boom, just like order just comes up to 71. 3,000 shares on the tape. Now it's testing 8, so I get in 250 shares at 8. And then I got a nice sell order. So we immediately, once we break 8, we rip up to 845. 845, taking it off. 45-cent gain. Crazy. 45-cent gain on 250 shares. That was nice. That was some good stuff. Now you're looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. Just going to be probably the break of 850. 852, I mean. Which I get stuck into a halt. I didn't get filled though, but it was a false halt actually. And then I should have gotten in on this dip here for that next 1 minute. I tried to get filled, didn't get filled, but that would have been a really good entry. Could be selling for right now for a nice 25-cent profit, 30-cent profit. That would have been a nice $75. I'm definitely getting a lot more experience with these types of movers. So I think I think if these start coming around more often, at least like a couple times a week, even once a week, at least if I get see this more often, that I could possibly expect a stock to rip like this before it happens, then I can gear myself to be more aggressive earlier in the move. So rips into another halt. Do take the halt resumption, but only for a quick scalp through $9. So adding for breaking $9, 93 out at 01. Ripping up the high a day. This is crazy. Now this is hot market trading right here. Breaking 950, nice 30 cents. Only 100 shares. I don't know why it sized down there. I don't know why. Don't know why it sized down. But up 270 on the day. And I think I get one more trade through $10. Yeah, so let's see where this trade is. So you have the big $10. 990, adding 300 shares to the break $10, taking it off 1004, 1007, 1016. So good stuff there. Now I'm up 315 on the day. And this is where I start to give it back a little bit of profit. Have a little bit of FOMO. Let's see. So I tried buying this dip, but I'm in way too high. Way too high. Get filled at 8,600 shares though. Quick 20-cent loss. $20 loss. This is where I want to be getting in here. For the panic dip buy, break below $9, selling it. So only 3-cent gain there. Then I got back in a little bit too high, but it's holding for 5-cent loss. So pretty much one step forward, one step back here. If I would have held that 96 entry, I'd be up 20 cents. This is a good entry right here. So we got support here at the pivot, previous pivot point or apex point at 850. A little bit overextended. Just had a $2 drop, so could get a potential bounce here. And if you can see, this is also a great example of panic dip buy on looking at the level 2. So we have a huge seller stacked here at 873, about to go into a halt down. And if you just look 400 to 200, and I wasn't even looking at this, but if I was looking at this, boom, 3, 2, 1, 56, 3, and then it disappears, and you're immediately up 35 cents a share. 35 cents. Crazy stuff. With 250 shares, even just my starter position, that's another $100 in my pocket. But I was not looking at that. I was a little bit too, I think I was a little bit too clouded by these mistimings of these dips. And if you would have held that, you'd be up $1, almost $1 a share there. That was a crazy dip buy right there. Crazy. This is, oh man, like if we can get this more often, then I can really start to size in, because I can start building more my confidence. Because these are the types of move that's going to really help you push your share size, just because of the amount of opportunity that's continuously coming, but then also the amount of money that you can make. Well, this isn't a terrible green day, and I still feel like I left all too much on the table. Like, this is the type of stock I could have my $1,000 day. Just I had no idea this was gonna rip like this. And that was it in ATXI. We did go back into a halt up, but I didn't take this one. I don't think I was paying attention actually. Then we open up a lower, break through 1050. This would have been a decent trade. We opened up lower, but we held the 9 EMA. We have some green coming in on the tape. Resistance at 1050. And that would have been a nice entry for the break at 1050. Be up 30 cents. I wouldn't be trading after this break, because if you just zoom out, this thing made a $5 move from the open. No. Yeah, $5 move from pre-market without making a lowered low on respectively on the 5-minute chart. So we have a low here. This is a higher low, a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So you have a lot of longs that are holding, and the price, it's gonna top out at some point. It seems like it's starting to form an ascending wedge, which is now a bearish pattern, and people are gonna start thinking about shorting this. And it's unlikely that's going to break the ascending wedge after it already ran 150%. In hot markets you can see it, but I don't know. The chances were low that it was going to rip straight from here to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I would definitely have been more concerned about taking any of these trades up here at 1050 up to 11. You also have divergence here in volume. So a lot of things are pointing down after the break at $10. But yeah, I think the big sign was also, divergence, and then you don't have that lower low yet. So you haven't really stopped out any longs. So there's a lot of people on the long side, and there's an imbalance, and it's going to have to be corrected at some point. So it just can't go. You're not going to see a stock just go up, go up, go up forever, and not stop, and not having a chance to stop out any longs is going to be some sort of trap. It could still go higher, but it would have to trap the shorts to continue the squeeze. So from here, you did have a little bit of short trapping on here. You had some short trapping here, and you had some short trapping here. But, the longs are just adding to the position, adding to the position, adding to the position. Eventually, they got to get stopped out for the ones that are not taking their profits going up. So, anyways, that's it. So, I finished up 260. It gave a little bit back on. I started scalping the SPY, seeing if my strategy would work. And I think I'm just going to stick with small caps. Small caps is definitely where I shine. It's where I'm consistent. It's what's working for me. So I don't need to fix anything if what I'm doing is not working. So small caps are working for me, and just going to stick with that and just keep continually trying to size more. I'm not going to dabble into large caps or trying to scalp the SPY. Just hasn't been working. I don't think I need to change anything. That's not working. So other than that, yeah, so I lost a little bit on SPY, and EQ. I lost a little bit on EQ for the opening range breakout that failed. So yeah, pretty much ATXI was the only one that was kind of good. INM was moving, but I didn't trade INM because I was focused on ATXI, which had the best liquidity, best volatility versus INM. So stuck with ATXI. Did very well today. I'm happy with my performance, even though I felt like I could have captured some more profit. But the first one's always going to get you by surprise. And, now if this can kind of start a season of hot momentum, or at least some sort of, gap and go setups that are going to come more frequently, then that's where I can start to say, you know what, I've been doing this for 2 years. My strategy has been working. I mean, I've been profitable every month. So literally all I got to do is just jump for it. I have to just reach out and grab it. It's right there. I just have to just leap for it. I have to pump my share size up, double it. If I'm really feeling it, I can triple it and really reach for my full potential, which I think there's no reason why, something like this on ATXI, I shouldn't be making minimum $1,000 on something like this in one day. I think I could be trading that level of share size, and I'm sure maybe a couple years from now I could be saying, wow, something like this ATXI, there should be no reason that I can't make at least 5,000 in one day on something like this. The potential is there. Definitely the liquidity was there. You just had to have that confidence to take the size, and it takes a lot of time to get to that level, but slow and steady definitely does win when it comes to trading. So eventually I will get there, but I feel like that I'm ready to take it to, at least trying to reach for $1,000 on something like this, because that's totally possible if I take, my share size on this would probably have to be 1,000 shares on this. So that'd be roughly a little bit under a $10,000 position size. Probably about 1,000 to 1,500 shares on something like this. So every 10 cents, I'd make 100 to 150 bucks. And I made 250 today using 250 shares. So 250 share average. So that's roughly $1 a share. I made roughly $1 a share here on ATXI. So if I make $1 a share using 1,000 shares, around 1,000 shares on average, that's $1,000 a day. I think I can totally do that. That's in reach for me today. With my experience and skill level, I think that is in reach for me today. I don't think that's completely off the table. It just has to, I just have to be in the zone. It has to be right time, and, has to be the right stock, and I have to be feeling good. I have to be feeling good. I don't want to force it, but if I'm feeling good and I can feel like I'm in the zone and something's moving real nice and I'm anticipating a big move, then there's no reason not to go for it. And I need to remember that in the moment when that happens, when I'm feeling like that in the moment. This is what I'm talking about, and this is when I need to size up and not only look at it after the move happens and being like, dang, I wish I would have sized up. I need to, in the moment, realize that this is the time that I need to size up, and I cannot shy away. I have to do it. So that's it. If you guys are still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more hot momentum. Let's see some more moves like ATXI. That would be lovely. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace.